Mhm. Hello, everybody. Hello, chat. How are we all doing today? I just want to preface, I have a cough. Um, so I will try my best to mute um when I'm gonna cough. No promises though. Oh, I'm eepy. So I'm just gonna put the music down a bit for you, chat. Go on, stop taking on me. What's to say no way? So, chat. Today we're playing Genshin again. Um, and we're going to be doing some quests. So I'm currently in the middle of two quests, and I'm gonna let chat choose. So the two quests that we have is either Samaru or we have Inazuma. I know I have these ones, but these ones I don't know how to do. These ones are some quite long from what I've been told. Um, so I think what I want to do is I want to do the Sombrero one. So we're gonna click navigate. And if you guys didn't know, I have the full map, and currently right now my whole task is to get every waypoint and domain available on the map. So you see, I have all the Fontaine. I have all of these ones. I have this quarter of Samaro Desert. I have all this quarter of Samaro Desert. The only waypoint I am missing on this side of the map is this domain, which from what I've been told, you get this by doing this quest, which is why I'm doing it. And then from this side of the map, those are all domains and waypoints. Then we would go over to Inazuma, which I have quite a bit, to be honest. I have these two, well, these three, because there's one here. One, two, three, four. Uh, there's probably like two more here, and then all of these. So I did unlock this half of this by the other quest I was doing, which is also in Inazuma. Um, but I still need these things because I don't know how to do it. But for now, I want to do the Sumeru quest. I'm so sorry. And then let's go here and let's teleport here. I'm gonna get or also in a VC with Cam, but I think Cam left. So maybe Cam comes back, maybe not. Let's say hi to Grandpa. If Cam comes back, we'll do some stuff. I'm back, Grandpa. I'm not reading this. Rhonda, the job as a runner is important. I know patrol. Oh, those lion cubs can get out of safety. There's tigers in this village. Tiger cubs refers to these people, okay? Rhonda gives blank, okay. I'm kind of just skim reading it, chat. So whenever I do these types of quests, you guys can feel free to ask me anything because I don't really pay attention to the quests, to be honest. Um, unless it's like Archon quests, then yes. If it's not, then I don't really pay attention to it much. The applause was the friendly way that you see her and save me. Okay, these people talk a lot though. Is something I forget. Let me do this and then this. This. It's- Oh, we have to walk. Oh, Cam left. Boo, Cam. I hate walking. I'm gonna grab this while you talk to yourself. Thank you. I hate these types of quests. I don't know if you guys have done Samara yet, if you guys play Genshin. But I hated where you had to walk in the quests. They make me upsetty spaghetti. Chat, I think I'm gonna pause the music and we're gonna. Can you guys hear the music in Genshin? There we go. Can you guys like that music? Sir, I don't care. Is something important? We could come back later. Don't worry, they saved my life after all. Actually, you could. Yes, very impressive. But Paimon thinks you're a good enough fighter to get it done by yourself. Uh, Something about that she runs into danger all the time. Is someone abducting kids? That's crazy. It'll be this. We are in Teva. It wouldn't surprise me. Who is this? I'm sorry, but no. I don't know who that is. I hate that it's quiet. Or maybe we should do an Archon quest. Maybe I have one available that we can do on stream chat. Maybe I do have one on I can do. I don't know. Fatui? What about Fatui? Um Port Ormos. Oh, children. There's more children there. Oh, these kids are cute. Oh wait, those are the kids that the old grandpa was talking about. That's funny. I just realized the name. Uh oh. It doesn't really matter what I choose because it doesn't. Calm down, Paimon. Chill out. This is the guy. This is the kid that the old grandpa was talking about. Because the name, but I don't know what he said. Um, I wish I knew what he said, Jack. I wasn't paying attention. I probably should have though. I hope these kids can stay safe. They won't. I guess. Don't. They're gonna fall into the water. Wait, I have to follow them? Oh, I'm going to Ron. Why should I? This Rhonda's house is literally gonna be like this house or something. It is. It's like gonna be here. It's like not gonna. Are they gonna fall? They keep saying not to run. I was gonna say, I thought the bridge was gonna fall because they said don't run on the bridge, and they were running on the bridge. Where is their is it up here? Oh, it's up here. It's this one then. This is the only house here. Yeah, okay. Then birds can fly. You guys are really good at running. You made me very sick. If Rhonda's here, I'm going to marry. Excuse me? That's crazy. She'll be like 80 and you'll be like 20, Missy. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. I'm just guessing Rhonda's old. So you've been traveling a long time. Rhonda said you'd tell stories. I've got a lot of stories. Wait, you want me to babysit? Oh no, I hate babysitting. No, why? I don't appreciate babysitting. Sea monsters? You want different stories. Would it? We'll do this. I don't know. Chat, do these decisions even really matter? Like, can I just say the craziest thing and they'll still like give me the same end result, right? Oh, this is just talking about. Oh, I thought it was like I thought you were gonna tell them the story about Mondstadt, but I guess not. You know the dragon, Storm Terror. Snezhnaya. Hmm. I want to know where Snezhnaya is. Thank you very much. Oh, I don't know if we're doing anything wrong. I hope not. I hope not. I'm skipping as fast as I can, chat. I don't want to listen to him. We'll do this kid next, and then maybe we'll see if I have an Archon quest I can do instead, because I don't want to do. I've changed my mind. I changed my mind, and I don't want to do it no more. Come on. Let me skip. Let me skip. Chat, you know what I wish Genshin could do? Is give you the ability to go back to an Archon quest after you've done it. Like, I would love to do the Fontaine quest again. Like, it was amazing. I did get a little lost, story-wise, but you know, it's not that bad. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one open, and I'm gonna keep these two open for when I have the chance to do it. So I have, oh, these are story quests. I don't have any Archon quests. Which other quest do I have to complete? This isn't Sumeru, and this isn't this thing. Do story quests also? This is in Fontaine. I'm gonna do this one. I have to go to Catherine. Also, chat, I've already done all my dailies and stuff, I think. So, don't worry about that.
Hey, Catherine, it's us. Got any new commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps?
You didn't have to be so direct.
Heimer's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
Are we though?
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses. Only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it.
Are they talking about
Oh, this
Milu?
one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any idea?
Oh wait,
You
Milu is
took
not
the
from
commission,
Fontaine.
neither
Haha,
of us
I'm
have
silly.
any experience starring in musicals.
Very true.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Wait, are we gonna just ask
Oh,
Lenny?
It's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
We'll go talk to
Heimer
him.
approves, let's go!
If they want theatrical performances,
Hello
we
there,
know
are you
what
the guy looking for
we
a new
know a
actress?
sibling duo,
Wait,
or I
I
don't know if
know
they're
you two.
trio still, but
Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wow,
oh
sounds like
wait,
we're
it's a
pretty famous in
musical. I wasn't paying
Fontaine
attention.
already.
Never mind. I don't know
But to
if
answer
we
your
can
question,
do.
neither of us have any
I don't know if we can
experience.
do a
We
musical.
heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see.
Oh,
It's
my bad.
okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame.
Can't you cover the budget for a new actress with ticket fees?
That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts.
Ah, got
All our
it.
sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe.
Oh no.
One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways.
Oh.
So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it.
Catherine mentioned that one of your actresses can't make it, right?
Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It
Oh.
really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Not a lot.
Please, there's no need to go that far.
Not a lot.
I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor. And I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
More isn't the biggest problem. How do we find someone who's a good fit for the role?
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about... you know who?
Yeah, what about...
That's how you know we're the best of
I'm assuming they're talking about Lenny and
They have
Lynette.
all the free time in the world right now.
Unless I'm crazy and there's another person
Good
that I
at
don't
performing,
remember.
and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Music. It's a her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous.
Oh yeah, it is Farina. Farina is also a music.
You're-
Yep, that's true.
That was a
That is
joke,
also true. I
right?
forget Farina technically also
No,
counts it.
Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
She would.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Farina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
And do you want her? You want the show to go ahead, don't you? Are you prepared to do whatever it takes? Oh, this one.
Well, yes, but... but...
But what?
Fair enough.
If you want to do
I
what
mean,
you want to
if she was
do,
actually
you need to
willing
take the
to,
risk
then of
sometimes.
course I'd be honored to have Lady Farina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
Nah, she
No
won't.
point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. And besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Let's go. It'll be good to check in on her anyway.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah, because
I
we haven't
guess I'll
checked in
just
on
stay
her
here
since
and hope for
the
good news.
actual
Good luck.
Archon
Wait,
quest.
where does Farina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Damn, Catherine is eavesdropping.
When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so...
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Farina.
Back in a jiffy. Yeah, sometimes I love, but I also hate the way Paimon talks. Okay, so her address is... I was gonna say smack in the middle of town, but it's not actually. We'll walk. It's not that far, chat. We can walk. I feel like we should use a Fontaine character. I don't think I have any Fontaine characters, actually. Wait, do I? I feel like it kind of feels appropriate to have a Fontaine character. But I don't think I have. No, I don't. I have 4 months that 3 leeway and 1 Inazuma. The only Fontaine character I have is Lynette, but I'm not gonna take the risk of dying. So, you know, that's fun. Oh, she lives next to the bookshop. That's classic.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives
Yes,
here?
Paimon.
Not that there's anything wrong with this place. It's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
Well,
You know,
duh.
it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Okay, when did popping out of thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food, but now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too.
Don't you get sick of macaroni every day?
Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds so
like you're really
bomb.
struggling to cope.
Is it because you have to do all the cooking on your own now?
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no time. so inclined.
There
Sure.
it is. You don't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but. Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this
Is
time.
the emergency
So
food?
if you're
Which
just here to
emergency food?
clown around, then please
What do you
be on
mean,
your
Mal?
way.
Hello, welcome
Shoot.
in.
Sorry, we're sorry. Please don't be mad.
Paimon was just showing concern for your well-being.
Yeah, exactly. What the traveler said.
We're doing one of the new story quests.
Hang on a sec. You weren't exactly holding back either.
Hi, Demented. How you guys doing? That's not important.
Help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry. It's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
You're the only one for the job.
Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now.
That wasn't me, that was
So tell
Paimon.
me, what
I heard
specifically
the
makes
stream
this matter
low.
so
The game was
specific?
40% and I heard your voice 50.
I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense.
I see.
After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well versed in all the various performing
Before you
arts.
died?
The
Oh!
musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
How come?
Anyway.
It'd be a breeze for you.
True, but
Hold
I
on.
have made a decision to retire from the stage.
After she died.
Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again.
Happy birthday,
But at
Demented.
least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
So that's how you really feel.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Oh, that's cool. Yes, it is 1 year closer to death. Me too.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that
Can you
is that.
please fix your eyelashes though?
Okay,
Like,
guess
I've
there's
always
no
had a problem with
convincing
it.
you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point. Okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably could
Just
wait
grill
for
and
me.
eat Paimon as emergency food? I
Since
agree.
I'm just an ordinary person now. They'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help.
What's wrong with making one exception? You shouldn't assume the worst out of people.
True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even
Oh,
get paid for.
we're talking about emergency food?
Ooh,
Paimon is the
no way.
emergency food.
I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well,
This is this thing right here is emergency food.
performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would.
Damn, Miss Sassy, that's probably why you
Sorry.
died.
I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I
Rather
could help,
thought of
really.
casual
But
food.
if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Farina.
Sorry,
just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troop will be so disappointed.
Sorry, chat. I just like to make fun of this character here, Farina. She died, so it makes me laugh. Let's try and come up with a plan
I
B.
guess that's all we can do now. All right then, we'll see
But
you
you do you.
later.
I didn't know what you were talking
Toodaloo
about.
to you too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
And never leave your house, Farina. That's crazy. Walk in your house. I want to talk to Lenny and Lenny. Lynette and Lenny, and the other thing, and that what's his name,
It's
and
too bad, but we have
Remnant.
to respect Farina's decision.
Oh, oh,
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
well, we're about to find out.
That's besides the point.
Oh, we are.
I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I
Oh.
tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Damn.
Shortly after you left, the troop's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform.
She's not.
Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Farina go?
Terrible.
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see,
I
our
don't
lady
know about
has just
that.
informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right. Sounds like everything worked itself out then.
Imagine if we had managed to convince Farina to join, only for her to find out she's no longer needed.
Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Farina really so harsh with people?
Only joking. Calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we
Damn,
have, though.
she really
If
be
your illness
trying
flares up
to
again, there
to
won't be time
replace
to
someone.
find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
I mean, fair.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing
Sure.
I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say
I let
something,
myself
but
get too worried about the show.
never mind. I will
should have
just
asked for
leave
your
it as it
permission
is. I
first.
was.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on.
Paimon, wait here a second.
Sure.
I'm looking at Farina, aren't I? Yep. I knew it. I knew she wanted to. She just won't have the confidence to do it.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list.
Liar. Liar, you want to be part of the show.
All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Farina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
She lied to Paimon. Come
I
on.
was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
When
That's
channel
totally
points,
fine. I didn't
whenever
think any of that
Twitch
personally.
decides I can become an affiliate. Then why didn't you show yourself? Just show
You
yourself?
really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you?
Yes, I
I
do.
felt very
Thank you.
sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Farina star in our show?
Actually, Demented, I need one more thing before I can become affiliate. I need to average 3 viewers for like a month or something like that. And then yeah, so to answer your question, I just needed to double check.
There's no need to think like that.
Yeah.
No need to keep addressing me as lady. Just Farina is fine. I was wondering, if this troop is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troop. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
Okay, Farina
I don't
actually
wanna
got
believe
some
that.
bars, actually.
Some things are just beyond our control.
Hmm.
Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in the serial disappearances case.
Oh, damn. Okay,
That's
straight
actually
to the
how I
point.
recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice.
That was crazy. I want to
Still,
do that trial again.
no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a
Uh,
loyal fan of your performances.
I can't
Lady
wait for Natlin.
Miss Farina.
I can't wait for more
They were what
Archon
first
quests.
inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their
So
sense
she's one of the
purpose in life,
people in the water.
and convinced them to join her
Pog.
troupe. She wrote her
I
own
know people in chat are
scripts,
probably
acted
so
on stage,
confused if they have
and
never
mentored
seen
each and
Genshin
every
before.
one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
I'm half
And then
confused. Yeah, it
disaster
makes
struck.
sense.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart.
I mean,
It's
you let it fall
agonizing.
apart.
But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
What exactly are you confused about, Demented? I'll see if I can kind of like semi-explain. This is it. Huh. I only know this out of all the Archon quests, this is the one I remember the most, Fontaine, France, because it's the most recent one I did. So I can tell you about this one. Here, let's continue. That's so sad.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I
Yep.
suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Farina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely. We'll
Of
take any
course.
guidance that you can give.
They're gonna say
We
yes to
unfortunately don't
Farina.
have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've
Oh,
begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epicles is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability.
I mean, that's why Child was in jail.
Unresolved emotions of the parties involved. What happens to them?
A verdict can bring emotional What is that? Catastrophe? They come pouring out and flow away into infinity.
An interesting answer. But if you ask me,
No, it's the
I
first
think
one. I
all
just didn't know
emotion
what the
shall
first one.
ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe. Perchance
You
to
didn't.
understand.
You chose not to pay attention. Is the thing.
Monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
Yes,
No,
Paimon.
no. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
No.
Swine, it's Paimon!
She just
Would you be
wants to
willing
get
join
back.
me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Since it's you, I'll do it. Especially since it's related to the. Yes.
Thank you all
I'll do
so
it because
much.
it's a part of the
Our
the
director was a
old
huge
Archon
fan of Miss
quest.
Farina's performances, as of course we all are. All right, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
Where do I have to go? I have to go all the way up there? I'm just gonna teleport. That just seems so much easier. Oh, not the right button. Time to run. We're running. We're going. We're speeding. Well. Oh, we have to actually go inside? Haven't I been here before? Oh no, I don't come on this side of town. Probably why. Oh? Cutscene? Oh, it's really cute though. It's small, but it's cute.
Lady Farina? What's Lady Farina doing here?
She's helping.
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Lady Miss Farina will be supporting our production of the Little Oceanid.
Ain't no
in the
way they
role
really
of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Farina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction.
Ain't no way they're trying to make the Little Mermaid. But they call it the Little Ocean.
You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We just
Oh,
gotta
that's
clean in on the
sick. Oh, I like this
So
lighting.
you were saying the Little Oceanid?
This is so
Yeah, That's the
pretty.
name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director.
Oh, I don't have
One
this
of her
on.
greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Aww.
But if it's not finished, then...
Finding an actress was the least of your problems.
We've been battling issues on every front, trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who
Yeah.
transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family.
Yep.
She
Little
longed to
Mermaid.
live just like any other human. And sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect, but one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's
That's
it.
one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script.
I'll write
We need a
I'll write
proper
the script
ending so
for
we can
you.
bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
True to life tragedy. Trust me, those ones hit more.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the
Paulo?
protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script. But the deadline's passed, and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since.
Oh, damn.
He
Okay.
did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
That's fair.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Farina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
Yes.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way.
For the first time.
I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago, said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
I never realized Farina had two different color gloves. Is something wrong?
Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So, allons-y. To Poisson!
Passon! Oh, I know why she doesn't want to go to Passon. Oh, is it because Navi is there? Wait, am I thinking of the right character? I might be thinking of the wrong character, chat, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to go to Passon because Navia lives there, and a lot of Navia's family died because of Farina. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember if I'm thinking correctly. We're gonna walk down to Passon. It's basically Poseidon. I'm pretty sure that's just the direct translation. It's just Poseidon. They just say it with an accent, which is Poisson.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
Knock knock.
It's me.
Let us in.
Is the script ready?
Let us in,
All the
Dubby.
way here for that?
Yes,
Oh,
let us in.
Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script.
No, he's
I'll be
not.
out once I'm done.
He's not.
Okay then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
He's not.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson.
I knew it, Navia. Hi,
Sure
Navia.
enough, here you are. And Farina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
Yep.
So you're here for the Looks like you could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
we love
It's
Navia.
okay.
She's
We
so.
can just wait
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll.
Get over here, you! How oblivious are you? How are things in Poisson now? Any
Poisson.
better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time.
Oh, Navia. Dude, Navia's story is so sad. It makes me cry every time. I'm like, that is so depressing. Anyway.
I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Farina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
Ah, she's so smart. We love Navia.
What do
She
you
uses her
expect?
Navian.
I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me.
Fair.
Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
You got it, Navia. I will.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Of course. Yeah, maybe maybe it's just because we listen. Even though you're heckin' annoying sometimes. Oh, they got mad dog faces. Oh, that's a mad dog face.
I'm so grateful that Miss Nafia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past.
I mean,
I'd be
it's not that you
overjoyed if
couldn't.
the people here could find it in their hearts to
It's not that you couldn't. You just
but
chose
they're more
not
likely
to.
to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me, which, of course, I completely
Damn.
understand and accept.
Damn, look at them. They hate her. They're like giving her the biggest mad dog faces. I'm sure some people didn't. I'm sure some people didn't buy Navia's
Yeah.
lie.
I can tell people are watching me.
Damn, this is crazy. Just the
I'm
fact
sure
that
some
they're.
people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydro Archon as extremely disrespectful. I
It-
used to be terrified of the gaze of other people. especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
Me too. It's not like you. Maybe you've taken on a bit too much in one go.
I can't let myself see only the things I want to see. How would that make me any different from before?
Look, there seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
They're not staying quiet either.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
We're going to Spira della Sura. I don't know how to say it. I'll be straight up. Also, yes, all the people in this town do look like they want to kill Farina. I don't blame them either. But still, that's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy chat. So very crazy.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
No, that's alright, Farina. It's not like the first time you've done this.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Aww. True.
Great. Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon
Did nothing.
You shouldn't
Aww.
look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
Don't be so hard
I
on
had to
yourself.
go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth.
Damn, this voice actor really
Became terrified
be
of
voice
completely
acted. I love
failing
it.
in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone.
Weeping on my throne. We love the
Fortunately,
vibe.
we were able to avoid the worst case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Think of your freedom as a reward.
Reward?
You don't have to be and good and you don't have to be alone anymore. Because now you can finally speak your heart.
I guess so. And back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect.
Oh wait, I thought
Even the
never
Farina
mind,
you
I
see
forgot.
on stage, she is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Paimon, stop it.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. you could at least try to do the same.
Do you feel better? You've gotten all this stuff off your chest. What Paimon wants to say, but she doesn't like seeing you all down. We'll say this one because Paimon just ruins everything sometimes.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
I don't think he did. I don't think he did. Nope, I doubt it. We can go check, but I highly doubt that he has. Look at him. He's scratching his head. He clearly didn't finish it.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips.
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense.
Oh!
Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Oh!
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
Ah, you're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Damn, that is dirty.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too. Like when he imparts some solemn
I'm
words of
sorry,
wisdom
that
to
was
the little
dirty. That
Oceanid.
lady, that
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will
crazy.
face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated,
Damn, they really said
decided
adios.
they didn't want me anymore.
I mean, that's most characters
I
in
spent
Genshin.
some
Most
years
characters don't
taking
have
whatever work I
parents
could find and
or orphans.
trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me.
More
Lost
orphans?
the child
Damn.
of a murderer. My parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it.
Damn,
day,
Genshin really
I
said
got beaten up
orphans
so
here,
bad,
orphans
I
there,
just
orphans
couldn't take it
everywhere.
anymore.
Damn.
So I ran away. I lost all
Jeez.
faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
I
Let me
mean,
guess.
that's true.
Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Farina.
Farina? The Farina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director. I just wanted to do something to help.
Aww.
Here.
He's gonna be
Even
like.
so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it, and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover
Oh.
and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Because that's the right thing to
she
do.
mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me.
Yeah, that's a little dark.
And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
That
I've
does
been trying
seem
to follow up on
true,
that ever since,
actually.
but all my efforts so far have
Sorry,
turned up
chat. I'm
nothing.
not talking because I'm kind of like listening to the
Vilmont
story
might know
because they actually
something, but
talk
he
in
won't
this
open
one.
up to me.
So
Vilmont?
Velmont.
The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aurelie.
What? You kept that one quiet.
Oh,
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as
damn.
a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well,
They could
maybe
be.
then she could
Yeah, they could.
reconsider what she really wanted in her life.
Makes
And
sense.
now, that day will never come.
Well.
Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by Aurelie. I
Aw,
won't let
that's sweet,
anyone get in
actually.
the way of that.
Oh, that's actually really
In
sweet.
that case, you have to straighten things out with Vilmont once and for all, face to face.
Oh,
We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
I guess we're gonna go
So
talk to the
that's where we're at.
person.
Looks like it's time to go visit Vilmont.
Are
Vilmont.
you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y.
Allons-y. I don't know what that means, actually. I don't remember what that means, but he should be, yeah, he should be out here because he said he left the city and never came back. So he should be somewhere over here.
This is tough going. Delphi, are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question. Try to keep up.
Damn, that was dirty. Anyway. It's crazy.
Ugh, as if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at...
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Farina in a fight before.
Yeah, but
No.
don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Farina said so herself.
Precisely! And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a,
Damsel in distress.
more than anything.
That sounded so smart. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
C'est la vie.
Indeed.
La vie.
I am forced to watch on helplessly as a more brave and
Our
seasoned
face.
adventurer than I swoops in to save the day.
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Farina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
It is a piece of cake. They're hydro ones. So, you know, they're easy as pie. Quite literally.
One with nature,
Submit for judgment.
And then I need to use Razor because apparently you don't like. And then we're just gonna burp. Boop. More? Ugh.
Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds come from whence you came.
Sayona special!
What the heck? That was weird. Wee. Wee, and then wee, and then wee, and then. For some reason, my keyboard did not want to change me to Razor. That's crazy. I love the type of French type vibe music it has.
Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Thank you, Farina. I know.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Thank you, Farina. I know. That's why they call me the Traveler, the also famous Traveler named Blue. Ooh. I have these types of rocks, but I like them, so I'm gonna grab more. What are they used for? I don't know, but I'm gonna take them. Oh, this is his house. Okay. Chat, I'm gonna get something while this plays.
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, what's Lady Farina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troop. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamant, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamant. I used to
I'm
think
back,
that my
chat.
love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one.
Oh?
As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire.
Why is he crying?
So,
Why is his voice?
anyway, one day after show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship.
Oh.
In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win. So,
Oh,
I
so
said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Ooh, okay. So
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I remember that includes a state of Embora, but it also causes significant harm to the body.
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant
and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She
I was going
died.
to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe, and it wasn't my fault.
So she took care
Things
of it
only
and
got
she
worse
died.
from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything.
Because it was his fault, basically. Got it. Your mistake gave them a motive to kidnap and murder her. You brought the director to the attention of the sentient dealers.
Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean you were afraid? This was a life and death situation. We could have saved her. How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered. She was the love of my life. And he has the gall to try and high road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show. How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve.
I'm just gonna say this straight up. The voice actors, they are bringing the emotion. Damn, I love it.
End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight. Go, get lost. I don't ever want to see your face again.
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe.
Damn, they put sad music on too. Damn.
Her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already?
Aw, this is so cute.
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director Aurelie and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us
I
again.
knew she was gonna say that.
If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? but she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
I want to talk on this process. People can be very sweet and kind, but even people who are sweet and kind will have, somebody's a good person if they can be nice and kind, but they can also tell you like, hey, you messed up, like in a nice way, obviously, or even maybe yelling, because sometimes people just don't understand. That's when you know you found a good person. I'm just saying. Sorry, I just wanted to touch on that point anyway.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
It might actually be possible to find out more about her fate
What do you mean?
with Charlotte, no?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
It could be. I don't
trust that
remember what
nobody
is.
would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings.
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your...
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Farina is very good at what she's doing right now. We appreciate it. We love it. Good on her. Though I don't know if I ever found something with that name. I don't remember. But I guess I could look. But I don't think I found anything under the name of the director.
You want to review some recovered items connected to victims of the serial disappearances case? But, that case has been closed for quite a while now. Still, since you were the ones who discovered and submitted the evidence in the first place, you don't actually have to submit an application. Okay, please hold on. I'll have someone dig them out.
We love her.
So, this is all O'Reilly left behind. Just whatever she was carrying on her person and this tattered old notebook.
Hey! It's full of script lines! And sketches too! Looks like they show where the different props should be placed on stage.
Let me take a look. Maybe there's something in here from after she was kidnapped. Aha! I found something. To whoever discovers this diary. Let's see. Looks like she kept a detailed record of her captor's actions. She even mentions the truth behind the experiments on dissolving young women. If we'd had the chance to examine this notebook carefully back then, it would have been a conclusive piece of evidence proving Vachey's guilt.
Oh yeah, it was Vacher.
He took so many lives. It's still so unthinkable how many victims he had.
I guess O'Reilly must have written all of this down in the hope that her records would one day be of use to investigators. Wait, it cuts off. Her handwriting here gets patchier and more illegible by the line. She probably didn't have much strength left. Her final words are... I'll let you read them for yourselves.
Someone else was taken. That makes 6, or perhaps the 7th. Someone tried to escape yesterday, but was caught. She hasn't been seen since. Was that yesterday? Maybe not. I've long since lost track of time. Sorry, I don't know if writing this is of any use and how much longer I can do it for. I can already see my fate approaching. But what terrifies me even more, the thought of seeing others from the troop here. Have I Oh, have I truly protected them? I'm so sorry. I can't write no more. I think I have a fever and my stomach troubles have returned, and nobody has given me any medication. I suppose I am more fortunate that crazy the pain keeps her awake all night. I suppose they think that anyone goes so long as the experimental subjects can be used up before they die. It is so damn here. I have given her my blanket. So cold, so cold, so cold. As long as one participant participant I don't know what this says, I'm sorry. All things will work. There will be an award for hard work. I like to tell them such things, but is it me I am who but is it I who am losing my grasp? If anyone sees this troop safe, I them important. Please farewell apologies. Life performance future. Regret. Cleo. This page is absolutely a mess. The writer's pen seems to have withered its surface at random. Only some words made it out, and barely that. From the page onward, the diary stops to replace with lyrics from musicals. Some are in the form of newspaper clippings, others handwriting, others handwritten with many crossed out and changes. It is apparent that the pages of have been referenced often, and this was a personal notebook of the director.
She was so terrified.
She watched it, girl, get dissolved right in front of her. She had to wait for her own death. Oh,
She may have been a mighty hero in the eyes of her troop, but at the end of the day, she was only human. I can't bear to think how painful and lonely her final days must have been. Wait. This part on the last page sounds strangely familiar.
Flipping through the page, the lyrics continue. However, one page has been torn out, folded up, and placed next to the last blank page. At the bottom of the folded note, there are two lines. Allery has written in handwriting much more legible than before, but it seems like they took her both great effort and great deal to write. If you become human, you can reveal your secrets to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want? Because I am an older sister to them, I love them. Oh.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Isn't that the most important line in the Little Oceanid?
Because I am an older sister to them.
Oh.
So she didn't regret her decision. Even as she sat in silence, waiting for death to come. I'm sure this is what the troop would have hoped to hear as well. She had their utmost trust, admiration, and love, and she truly deserved it. Let's go. It's time for them to learn Director O'Reilly's final thoughts.
Oh, this is miserable. This is miserable. Sorry, chat. I tried to mute in time, but I clicked the wrong button on my keyboard. I apologize. Good. That's depressing. But at least we know what she felt and what basically what happened. I guess that's good. If only we knew that when we were doing the trial.
No way! Good guessing? Take a guess. There's no point worrying about the future. Que sera, sera.
Sorry, chat. My dog came into my room and started biting stuff. I apologize. Let's go in here. Oh, pitch black. Oh, after reading through the notebook, some are lost for words, some weep bitterly, and some grind their teeth and howl with rage. A long time passes before the group is able to calmly come together and finally make a decision.
She deserves a hero's farewell. If that's the only way to convey to the audience the courage and selflessness that she showed in the face of death, then it's a meaningful way to end the story.
Even in the last moments of her life, she was still leaving a trail for others to follow.
She did her best to protect as many people as possible, even if it meant sacrificing herself. We know what choice our little Oceanid would have made now. I don't think any more discussion is necessary. Well, Vilmont, if we put the past aside for now, do you think you can bring yourself to go ahead with the show?
I will channel all my regret and put it into my performance to make this a show worthy of our director. I won't ask for your forgiveness, and you don't need to worry about my feelings. This final farewell show should be about Director Aurelie and her alone.
Then it seems like we've reached a consensus. I have a feeling that this will turn out to be the most mesmerizing performance of your lives.
Really? How can you be so sure when you've never even seen them perform before?
Because when you're performing with the emotion, it shows the most.
Don't underestimate my experience. After watching a countless number of musicals, I've learned one important thing. If you want to move the audience with your music, you must fully commit and immerse
So yeah.
yourself in your role.
Yeah, basically what I
Pour
said.
all your emotion into your performance. And aren't human emotions love, hate, regret, and hope just the most mesmerizing things in this world? I don't believe anybody could be more committed to bringing this story to life on the stage than they are now.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Miss Farina. And thank you for supporting us through all this.
Then, let's not delay things any longer. We need to discuss the details of the ending and get it nailed down once and for all.
Actually, before that, I'd like to make a proposal. During the curtain call, please allow me to use the director's name instead of my own.
Huh? But then...
After all, this role was originally meant to be played by the director. I'm just filling in for her. Besides, a role commemorating her life should be associated with her name.
Yep.
Well, if you're sure you're okay with that, I have no objection to it.
Now we're talking like a serious acting troupe. All right. I'll leave you to fine-tune your musical while I go and procure a stage.
Procure a stage?
Are we gonna do it in the in the big stage?
It's okay. Our usual place doesn't need a reservation.
That place? Oh, don't be silly. For an extraordinary show,
I knew it.
we need an extraordinary stage. By which I, of course, mean the Opera Epiclese.
Whoa, wait, what?
No. That's never going to work. It's far too fancy for the likes of us.
What are you afraid of? Surely you don't think that Aurelie's story is unworthy of the grandest stage in Fontaine.
No, though that's not what I meant.
It is supposed to be your grand finale, right?
Go big or go home.
I have no problem with it then. How about the rest of you?
Nah, they don't care. They'll do it. I think.
I'll take your silence as a yes. Thank you for giving us this opportunity. It really is a dream come true.
Well, then don't disappoint me. If you mess this up, it'll reflect poorly on me too. Come on. We'll need to get the go-ahead from Nervillette. I know just where to find
Oh,
him.
come on. I think we all know where to find Nouvellette. Wait, no. Don't tell me this is the sad story. I'll cry if it's the thing I'm thinking of, I'm gonna cry. Oh no, it can't be. It passed already. Never mind. We're good. Sorry, chat. I remember seeing something and it made me sad. Oh, of course he'd be. Isn't this I think I know where he is. Oh, didn't mean to click that.
Hey, look at that. Looks like I guessed right.
Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon. Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon, please. I don't know what it is. Please
I knew
don't
you'd
cry.
be here.
I'm here merely for a short break. It has been a while, Miss Farina. And you too, traveler in Paimon. What might I assist you with today?
I would like to book the Opera Epiclese for an event.
You see, you share the backstory with Nouvellette.
I understand. The process for booking the Opera Epiclese is complex and can be somewhat cumbersome. But given that the request is coming from the three of you, I see no reason to make things unduly difficult. The story of the Little Oceanid is most fascinating. I'm looking forward to seeing it performed on stage. I will say, however, that I am surprised to see your passion for the performing arts rekindled after all that has happened.
Huh? What do you mean? Do I look
You do. Yes, you do.
Yes. And this is the first time that I've seen you like this since your departure from deityhood.
At first, I just felt bad about rejecting them. So I wanted to learn a little bit more about their situation. But one thing led to another, and... well, here we are. In the past, we sat in our high chairs in the court, giving our opinions on isolated cases, all while knowing very little about the human stories behind each and every one. Maybe it's because I finally become an ordinary person and gained my freedom, but I've developed a great sense of curiosity about their lives.
I am truly delighted to see you find a new lease on life. Now that you've regained some confidence, have you had any thoughts regarding a return to the stage?
Nope.
Why would you suddenly ask a question like that?
Well, if the Little Oceanid turns out to be a great success, it will no doubt become a classic. Many theater companies are certain to add it to their repertoire. The experiences and decisions of the protagonist, Cleo, are all modeled after your own. Naturally, this makes you eminently suited to playing the leading role. It would truly be a shame if you did not take this opportunity to allow audiences to enjoy your outstanding acting talents once more.
Interesting.
Haven't I already made myself clear? I won't act or perform in any role ever again. No exceptions. Nor do I think it is any great shame. There is no lack of fine actors or inspirational stories, either on or off this. This experience is a case in point. I feel like I've learned a lot, and it has already been well worth the price of admission. I must admit, though, I'm a little envious. They're quite fortunate to be able to bid farewell to their past in such a magnificent manner.
I see. Well, I'm glad to learn that you have found a role to play that you enjoy, be it on the stage or not. I sincerely hope the show will serve as the grandest of finales. I will have my staff book the date and mail the relevant paperwork to the troupe once the details are confirmed.
Thanks, Nervillette.
You are very welcome.
Well, Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon, Hydro Dragon. Sorry. I'm sorry, I can't get over it. He's the Hydro Dragon. It just... Anyway. He's not the original Hydro Dragon, but he's the Hydro Dragon. So, you know. I do hate that we have to constantly go into the buildings and then go out. Because I don't want to see this loading screen. I don't want it.
Good news, everyone. It's done. The Opera Epiclese is booked. Thanks to my eloquent and impassioned speech, Monsieur Neuvillette was moved to provide us with a fitting stage for this special performance. We've had to fight every step of the way for this opportunity, but we now have all of the ingredients necessary to stage a truly spectacular performance. A touching story, a magnificent venue, and last but not least, a passionate and dedicated cast. Now, let's work together and make this show the best it can be.
This is truly wonderful.
I
The
love
sooner we can
this.
finalize the ending, the more time we'll have to rehearse. Fiamma and I just went over some parts of the script and tweaked a few things. I think it's really going to resonate with the audience now.
Wow, you two had a constructive conversation?
Paimon.
Communication is vital to any good performance.
Look at us. We've come so far. I never could have pictured this scene a few days ago.
It's amazing. Even though Farina's still being a bit of a drama queen about it all, she's really fired everyone up.
I'm really looking forward to the final production. I am. I hope they
Please feel
animate
free
it.
to give us any comments or suggestions you have. We really value your input.
Hey, Loic, get over here. Time to practice the opening number.
Oh, I love this. Oh, I love this. This is so cute. I'm just sitting over here. You guys can't see, but Traveler was right here.
Cursed Cleo. She stole the waters of life from us. She's a fraud, and she must pay for her crimes.
This has nothing to do with her. The ignorance and hatred of our people is to blame. How can we hope to win back the water's favor if we don't change our ways?
Oh, I love
Be
this.
useful. Take him hostage. If Cleo wants him back, she'll have to show herself.
Leave this place, oh little Oceanid, and never, ever look back!
Everyone's really throwing themselves into their roles. I haven't seen such a fine performance. If only.
What should we do? It's almost time for her to take the stage.
Why? Why does it have to be now?
Hey, what's going on? You're due on stage any second now.
Her
Oh,
thing
no.
flared up again.
Again. But why? What about your new meds? Did they stop working?
They've been getting less and less effective over time. I've had to keep increasing my dose.
What? I thought they cure it. So they were only managing your symptoms?
I figured whatever it took to get me through this final performance.
How could you do this to yourself? And after that lecture you gave me about not looking after my health.
I'm sorry.
You...
She's gonna perform. She's gonna perform. Perform. What am I saying? Perform.
Miss Farina? I'd
She's
like to
gonna make her
request of you.
perform.
Say no more. If you're sick, you need to rest. I know what you're going to ask. Loic, your character has no more scenes, correct?
Oh, yeah. I think my scenes are all done. Although, I do have one more line. But I guess another guy in the troupe with a similar voice register could take it. Why?
Please take Delphi back to her place to rest. I'll sing the finale. From the sublime to the ridiculous. After all that, everything's
Come full circle. Hey, I saw that
Thank you,
coming.
Miss Farina. I'm so sorry to put you in this position after everything you said.
Never mind. What's done is done. It's really my own fault for getting in too deep. No one likes regrets, myself included. Leave it to me. I've watched you rehearse so many times that I've learned Cleo's part by heart.
I do not doubt your acting skills, but please allow me to ask just one more question. After all, this show is dedicated to the life and legacy of our director. What, in your opinion, is the reason Cleo shines so brightly?
it's her pure heart. Despite
Mm-hmm.
all the pain and loneliness she had to endure, she never once stopped believing in the beauty in this world.
That's
Well
fair.
said.
That is very fair.
I leave Director O'Reilly in your hands.
Please say this is animated. Please animate this part. Damn it! Are they gonna animate it? Oh, they are. Oh.
Is she here yet?
Let's get here!
She's not coming!
You're wrong. She's here.
Si je pouvais vivre dans l'eau, le monde serait
Not what I had in mind, but I still like this. I don't know if this is gonna get copyrighted on YouTube. I'm so sorry if it does.
dans son courant, fait danser nos vies, et la cité est nourrie, ainsi que toi, mon doux amour.
But what about your wish?
My wish.
If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Le grand amour ne suffit pas, seul un adieu fleurira. C'est notre histoire de vie, douce et amère. Moi, je suis seule et toujours là, à voir le monde et sa beauté. Et ça ne changera jamais, jamais.
I love this. Oh, this is how she got her vision. Ah, that's interesting. I like the concept. I like it a lot. I like that a lot. I really do. That is really good. Oh, I love it. You can't hear me, but I don't know if you guys can hear this, but I'm clapping. I love that so much. It was so why are we on stage?
Is it just
We didn't
me?
do anything.
Or was that Lady Farina on the stage just now?
It is Lady Farina.
She hasn't been seen for a while now, and she just appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, so she did get
Honestly,
her. This whole
acting
thing
skills
got
are
her.
superb as ever.
Oh,
The
that's
little
so
Oceanid, Cleo.
interesting.
Played by Aurélie Fumont.
Wait, that's not her name. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's just a doppelganger.
I've spent a lot of time out of the spotlight, and they didn't use my name during the curtain call either. Hopefully, not too many people recognized me.
Honey, everyone's
It's
gonna
too
recognize
bad
you.
that I had to break the one clear rule I'd managed to make for myself, even if I had no choice. Still, I have to admit that, despite everything, it felt good to be back on the stage again.
Finally, we would like to give a special thanks to our artistic consultant and event coordinator, Miss Farina.
Oh, oh,
Hey, that's not what we agreed on.
Oh, so it was Farina after all.
people
She's
are mad.
back.
Oh,
Honestly, what is he doing? He should have run that by me first.
Their faces in the back. That's funny.
All right, calm down. Don't be mad. This was a group decision. We just didn't want your contributions to go unacknowledged. After all, it's been the rule in Fontaine since ancient times that everyone's work, visible or invisible, is equally deserving of recognition.
That is true. I
Yes,
love
I
that.
know the rule, but it should still be applied on a case-by-case basis. I wasn't ready for this yet.
I love her. I don't. Does she have this on her? I need to know if people who have Farina actually does this thing exist. I don't remember if it does. At most, you might be asked to sign a few autographs later.
Oh, yeah? Well, since you think it's so easy, you can sign them for me.
Heck no.
But can we talk about that crazy thing that happened during the show? It nearly gave Paimon a heart attack. Paimon flew over to where she was supposed to be and was about to drop the prop vision, and then suddenly, a real one popped out of thin air!
Oh, that. I've got no idea what happened there either. But hey, it worked pretty well, didn't it? I'll bet the audience has never seen such a realistic prop.
Wait, what about Dolphy? I wonder how she's doing.
Oh, let's go check on her as soon as we finish clearing the stage.
Yes. Plus, she'll definitely want to hear how the end of the show went. If nothing else, we can safely say that we accomplished what we set out to do.
Oh, I love this. Oh, we're gonna go check on them. That's amazing. Chat. I actually started tearing up. I was like, damn, this is a great song. Anyway, whoever voice actor that is, amazing. Hats off. Literally hats off to you. Just oh wait, I can actually check my theory now. Wait, I just need to check for my own sanity. Oh, she does have it. I never realized that. I always just thought she didn't have one. I mean, it makes sense that she has one because she's not the actual Hydro Archon. But I thought they would still just make it so she... Oh, I was so confused. I was like, where are we going? I forget. We're going... Chat, I think I'm just gonna finish up this quest and we're gonna head off. Just because these quests take a long time. You guys can see. But yeah.
Ah, you're back. She's doing okay. Her condition stabilized after taking some of her original medication. From experience, though, I'd say she still needs a few more days of rest.
How did the performance go? Was it a success? Did the audience like it?
They loved it.
No, it was fantastic! Also, you're not gonna believe what happened while Farina was on the stage. You'll probably be able to read all about it in the Steambird first thing tomorrow morning.
That's wonderful. I'm so sorry I failed to see it through to the end. I guess I was wrong to try and tough it out to begin with.
Don't worry about it. Like they told me after announcing my name during the curtain call, everyone's work deserves recognition. Even though you couldn't see it through to the final scene, the audience was very impressed by your performance. It's safe to say that you made your mark on this memorial show.
Well, one way or another, we did it. I've had bad luck ever since I was born, so I never expect things to go smoothly in life. I'm just happy to know that we went out on a high note. That's all that matters.
Blaming your bad luck again, are we? Maybe if you didn't push yourself past your limits so much, your illness wouldn't be flaring
That's
up all
true.
the time.
If you're sick, you just need to do it.
You start. I don't have the energy to argue with you right now.
That's crazy. Says the one who's sick right now.
Care a lot about each other.
I say they date. I say they.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I say
You mean
they.
we never stop arguing with...
Sure. Shh.
So, any plans for the next step? After the brilliant performance you put on, the reputation of your troupe is sure to spread through Fontaine like wildfire. You won't have to disband if you don't want to. You could capitalize on the rave reviews and license out the Little Oceanid to the bigger theater troupes out there. That would do wonders for your financial situation.
No, we should still disband.
Yeah, it's what we all agreed to.
After all that's happened, I should give you guys some space. But maybe our paths will cross again one day.
Hey, don't just walk off!
He still feels guilty. I mean, come on, who blames him?
I still want to keep performing, so I might join another troupe. After watching Miss Farina's performance, I think I'm starting to understand our director's infatuation with musicals.
You should do it. It suits you. I'd originally hoped to keep performing too, but I don't know if my health will allow me to.
Oh, so now you finally got your priorities in order. I guess I'll hold off until you've properly recovered as well. What about you, Miss Farina? Any future plans?
Nope.
Well, frankly, I think a return to obscurity is no longer an option for me. I'm sure a slew of consultancy requests will hound me wherever I go until I finally acquiesce. You rather sealed my fate there with your special thanks at the end of the show.
Sorry.
You're not sorry, though.
It's quite all right. No need to apologize. What I meant to say is that this whole experience has shown me that perhaps I'm not as averse to a return to the stage as I'd previously imagined. Maybe Nervilette was right. Maybe Cleo is the right role for me. I still don't wish to pretend to be someone else.
Oh, does that mean what I think it
To
means?
express myself. So, maybe the show will go on for me after all.
Do whatever feels right to you.
Yeah. There was once a time when I was an actress in a masquerade, seeking only to hide the truth. But from now on, I want to spend my time learning real stories about real people and how they touch the lives of others around them.
Oh, I love
I
that.
want to watch them blossom and wither, see them refined on the page, retold on the stage, and remembered long into the future. I'm sure this is what captivated director O'Reilly as well.
Sounds like you're ready to stop running from your true calling. The more you get out into the world, the more you'll discover what a fascinating place it is.
Next time, I'll invite you to join me.
Then it's a deal. If a vision is a gift from the gods, then I should do my best to honor it.
Ah, I love that so much. Oh, I'm really happy with this story. I love that. Took me about 2 hours. Oh, well, okay. It took me like an hour and 40-ish. I would 100% do that one over and over and over again. That was literally amazing. I have, oh, I can unlock you and I can claim. You guys can see I have a bunch of story quests I need to do. So maybe next few streams when we do Genshin, maybe I can try and do some more. This one, there's 40 days remaining, so we might also do this one. But for now, I think that's gonna be it from me. Because that was crazy. I loved that so much. But you know, there comes a time where you just have to say, that's it. Who do I rate you guys over to? There's so many people, so many choices. I think what I'm gonna do, chat, is I'm gonna rate you guys. I'm gonna raise you guys over to Paco. Hasn't been live for a while. I'm gonna raise you guys over to Paco. Let's hope he doesn't end stream when I do this. That'll be sad. Paco's currently playing Valorant. So go give him some love over there. I'm just gonna put music on. But yeah, go give Paco some love from me. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye bye.